Welcome to Kinfolk Capture, where I have an incredible story to share with you today. It was back in 1985, a year filled with challenges. I had recently gone through a divorce and found myself living alone in San Francisco during a particularly harsh El Niño season. The rains were relentless, causing widespread flooding in Marin County. In my own home, I had a leaky roof that urgently needed fixing, but my financial situation was tight. I decided I couldn't wait any longer for the rain to stop, so I took matters into my own hands. Armed with minimal knowledge and a limited budget, I bought some tar, wood, and roofing materials. I was determined to fix that roof myself. One Saturday morning, as I was preparing to embark on my DIY roof repair adventure, I had a peculiar feeling wash over me. It was an unusual sense that something significant was about to happen. Nevertheless, I went about my routine, getting ready for the day. I had a habit of taking a shower and putting on makeup. As I was putting on my makeup, that feeling lingered. It felt like fate had something in store for me that day. I couldn't shake the sensation. With my makeup done, I ventured outside to assess the situation. My house had a little porch that I had converted into a study, and it was flooded due to the heavy rains. There was a bucket, actually a garbage can, collecting water in the midst of the leaking roof. I desperately needed to fix it, but my cash reserves were meager. I checked the weather forecast and saw a brief break in the rain on Saturday and Sunday, followed by more rain on Monday. I knew I had to act fast, so I gathered my supplies and prepared myself for a roofing adventure. Little did I know this decision would change my life. I placed a ladder against the side of the house, intending to climb up and make the necessary repairs. But there was a problem. I couldn't hoist myself over the roof's edge. It was higher than I had thought. I needed help. I went up and down the neighborhood, searching for a willing hand, but no one was home. My street was a cul-de-sac, and most of the houses were flats, housing multiple units. Across the street, a group of young guys had moved in during the summer. I had seen them around, but had never met them. Desperation drove me to knock on their door. A guy was inside, relaxing on a sofa, engrossed in a football game. I awkwardly introduced myself and explained my predicament, asking for help with the roof. Understandably, he looked at me like I was crazy. A stranger appearing at your door and asking for help with roofing. It was a lot to ask. Embarrassed, I quickly apologized and said I'd come back when his roommates were around, thinking they might be more receptive. But to my surprise, he said he'd help me. He just needed to change into work clothes. I was taken aback but relieved. As he went to get changed, we engaged in a somewhat awkward conversation through the bathroom door. When he emerged, he helped fix the ladder and began working on the roof. I watched in gratitude as he labored. However, we hit a snag. He ran out of tar, and I needed to go to the store to get more. There was a nearby store, Cliff's, but I had only $25 to my name. I walked to the store, bought what I could with that limited budget, and even picked up an apple fritter as a small token of appreciation. When I returned home, I was shocked to find him frustrated and the ladder on the ground. The rain had started again, and he had been stuck on the roof for an hour. He asked me where I had been, and I explained the situation. He was annoyed, but we managed to get the ladder back in place, and he finished the job. He came down from the roof, and we had a brief conversation in my house. I offered him the apple fritter as a thank you gesture, but he declined, saying he didn't like apples. I felt a bit hurt, as I had wanted to do something nice for him. I blurted out that I wanted to do something womanly for him, which came out awkwardly. To my surprise, he then invited me to a pizza party at their place across the street. I hesitated, thinking he was too young for me, but he insisted. We made plans for a dinner date a few days later, and that's when our love story truly began. The rains continued, and our first date had to be postponed, but he eventually called and asked if he could come over. That visit marked the start of a beautiful journey that led to our marriage, the adoption of our daughter, and 30 years of happiness. Our age difference, something we rarely even discuss, has never been an issue. Love has been the foundation of our relationship. It's like a strong tree with roots representing our love, while the branches symbolize our individual lives and interests. We cherish our unique connection and the beautiful family we've built together. In conclusion, if there's one piece of advice I can offer for a happy marriage, it's that love truly conquers all. Don't let age or other differences hold you back. Love, understanding, and mutual respect are the keys to a lasting and fulfilling relationship. Thanks for joining me on Kinfolk Capture, and I wish you all the best in your own love stories.